Hey Doom Crew, welcome back to VHS Doom, specifically the VHS Doom rental counter. This is a set of short episodes where we cover, at a high level a film, send you guys home with a rental for the week. So we appreciate you watching along. This week we are covering a George Romero classic, 1985's Day of the Dead. Hey, there's Bub. Hi, Bub. So my copy here is actually from Home Video Express, which was it's a 7-day rental. This was a video store. It was located in Tacoma, Washington, and was actually still in operation up until 2019. I think they stopped renting in 2016 or something like that. But I'm super excited to have this copy in my collection. I love finding where these things came from, and Home Video Express is where this one used to live. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite zombie flicks of all time. It's got brutal and intriguing effects by Tom Savini and wonderful performances by Laurie Cardille, Joseph Pilato, Terry Alexander, Richard Liberty, and of course, Sherman Howard, who played Bub. You gotta love Bub. Hi, Bub. So it's a must-watch, a must-rent, and a wild good time. So from the back of the box, a nightmarish, flesh-eating army of walking corpses rules the earth. For the last living humans, a fate worse than death is a terrifying reality in this horror cult classic from George A. Romero. Fortified in a vast underground bunker, a small band of scientists conducts grotesque experiments on captured ghouls in a desperate attempt to domesticate the creatures. But the brutal military men who share the scientists' refuge don't want the zombies controlled. They want them destroyed. When the soldiers discover that their own officers have been used in the grisly experiments, they overpower the scientists and throw them into cages, housing the ravenous living dead. Will anyone make it out alive? It's a special effects tour de force as the remnants of the human race face the Day of the Dead. The tagline on the front of the box reads, "First, there was Night of the Living Dead, then Dawn of the Dead, and now Day of the Dead, the darkest day of horror the world has ever seen." Apparently, Romero had intended this film to be, quote, the Gone with the Wind of zombie films. Unfortunately, due to budget constraints, which I guess funding for this film was dropped from $7 million to $3.5 million, so just cut right in half for him. But he was unable to shoot his initial vision for the film. So he rewrote the script to suit whatever available funds that he had. His original script for the film was over 200 pages long, and it was cut down to 88 pages over time and with edits. So apparently to date, no one has ever actually seen the original 200-page script. It's never been released, so it'd be very interesting to see what his original vision was and what this actual Gone with the Wind style zombie film would have looked like. So, while this film is generally less favored than Romero's other entries in the Dead trilogy and has received less than favorable reviews from critics at the time, I think he did an excellent job of showcasing the psychological breakdown of people, even highly intelligent people, who are confined in a very isolated bunker. He focuses on the destructive effects of paranoia and power struggles, and he shows how easily society and civility can break down in stressful situations. I think he does a great job of all of that. There's also, for the gore hounds in this film, Tom Savini went above and beyond with his effects in this film. There are several instances where people are literally torn in half, torn apart, or their eyes are just ripped into. It is crazy. It is crazy. So, Savini was assisted by effects artist Greg Nicotero and Howard Berger, who would go on to form K&V Effects with Robert Kurtzman. So the talent in this is undeniable, right? The talent that was involved in creating this film. It's next level. My take on this, the film's absolutely worth a watch. A personal favorite of mine. I'm going to rate it a solid 5 out of 5 broken VHS tapes, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to hear a more in-depth discussion about George Romero's work, you can head back all the way back to episode 3. So we covered in episode 3 like the life and times of George Romero. You can check that out anywhere that you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and let us know what you think. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of The Rental Counter. And if you don't mind leaving us a quick little like, rating, share, whatever, it goes a long way to support the show. We really appreciate you all, and thank you for being here. But yeah, we'll see you next time when you come check out your next film from The Renter Counter. But it's not gonna have Bub. Fucking love Bub, man. Anyway, all right, be kind, rewind. We'll see you next time, folks. Peace.